Okay, so the deck is mostly built around the backside, which is Green Goblin. Costs 1, blue, black, red, and says spells you cast from your graveyard cost 2 less to cast. So let me stop there. That's if you're casting from your graveyard in any way. Flashback, Retrace, Mayhem, whatever it is. Jumpstart. If you can cast it from your graveyard, cost 2 less. It's amazing. Then it also has the ability Goblin Formula. It says each non-land card in your graveyard has Mayhem. The Mayhem cost is equal to its mana cost. Mayhem is a new ability from this Spider-Man set that says you can cast a card from your graveyard for its Mayhem cost if you discarded it this turn. So you discard something, it now has Mayhem, you can play it for its mana cost, except Green Goblin says it costs 2 less. And that's anything but lands you can do this way. So very, very good. Turns every card you loot away into resource, kind of like Madness, doesn't exile like Madness does, makes all your cards in your graveyard significantly cheaper. It's really good. And it does let you kind of store up cards. If you're doing big discards, wheels or things like that, as you're discarding cards, you might be discarding more cards than you want to play right now, but you can play them later in the turn. You can discard counterspells this way. We didn't do a whole lot of that, but it is kind of fun as you're comboing off to just have a counterspell sitting in your graveyard.
Have a counter in your graveyard that everyone can see that you can also cast for cheaper.
Yeah.
Say, listen, you can try, but I have it right here.
That's right. So the big thing with this being a bracket 3 deck, the big thing is we run not very much interaction. We only run one way to protect the commander, so shame on us. I think overall it's pretty resilient, but it is very reliant on the commander. And so the first thing we would say to do is if you want to make this a 4 or a 5, put in more counterspells so that you can protect the combo when you're going off, especially free counterspells or counterspells that when they're discarded only cost 1. Things like that. But we did feel like drawing counters as you're going off slowed down the combo, and it wasn't as fun.
Every time we play tested it, every time we drew the counter, we went, I don't want this. I want to keep going into more stuff.
So you sacrifice resilience and counterplay for fun, and that moves you down in the bracket level. That's kind of how that works. So I think ultimately we built a strong bracket 3 deck. It can go off early, probably about half the time. It'll go off by turn 4 or 5. The thing is, Green Goblin's just sitting there, very easy to interact with. So, sound off in the comments if you think a deck that can go off on turn 4 has to be a bracket 4. I think when it's when there's so much counterplay and so little interaction with the counterplay in the deck, I think that makes it a 3.
Yeah, same here.
I can see arguments otherwise.